This absolutely blows my mind. It's been almost a year since Pokemon Sun and Moon was released, and we are still finding new information inside of the Pokemon Sun and Moon Datamine. That's right. This is from the Datamine. This exists inside of your copy of Pokemon Sun or Moon right now. An actual gym model. It's textured. It looks beautiful. Oh, let the speculation commence, but not before I give credit where credit is due. Video and coverage from Pocket Studios, but Hallow is the MVP for this one. So we have all the links and stuff right there you can check out, you can read more, you can fully inform yourself. I also recommend you check out Pocket Studios' video as well. He did really good coverage. He deserves a lot more views than just 257. Also, his content is very original and very entertaining. He does 3D model fusions instead of just like sprite fusions and stuff. Also one of the few Pokemon animators out there, so definitely something to look into if you're interested. And then we also have Hallow right here dropping down all that information, so it looks like he's had a lot of contributions when it comes to this, and now finding even more in Pokemon Sun and Moon. I also check this out right here. So yeah, we have gym, players' bathrooms. There's actually unused rooms, which is also covered by the video. We have bathroom, garage, laundry room, and then Zygarde from the overworld. So you have some pretty interesting stuff right there. And before you guys say I'm just like stealing his video, I'm stealing his idea, we're actually all cool about this one. He gave me his Blender file because I don't understand Blender at all. I made an attempt, it failed miserably. Okay, so apparently I have no idea how to use XSplit to record Blender, so I had to take some screenshots instead. It's not really that much different because we kind of see everything right here. We see 3 unused rooms, we see Zygarde models for the overworld, and then we also see the gym itself. And just moving around the gym, panning, scrolling around, zooming in and out. Not really too many details because it's kind of just relating to what we see with Ryuki in what looks like Lieutenant Surge's gym in one of the Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon trailers. It's mostly just like the cool factor. I'm in a 3D modeling program, kind of just checking out 3D models of Pokemon Sun and Moon. That's just neat. But yeah, if you just kind of like go and look at these pictures, not really too much else. Those details, that's something that really stands out. Like we have the foundation. You know, this looks exactly like what we see from the trailer, and then an actual place to battle. So that's kind of cool right there. The gym does have some unfinished things. Like I couldn't get this texture to load, but it is in this right here. But even if you look right here, the back sides or the front sides of like the little podiums that introduce you to the gym, apparently those weren't fully modeled. So yeah, it just seems like it's some kind of template or test or a placeholder, or maybe something unused in Pokemon Sun and Moon. But here's where I actually feel good. I feel like this was actually development. That this is development time for Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. That Ultra Sun and Moon has been worked on longer than we give it credit for, which could only mean more features. Like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is going to be massive. It is going to be an incredible game experience, because just because this is in Sun and Moon doesn't mean it couldn't be used for something else. That's what I'm really hype on right there. Also, we can go and check out the Zygarde models. They're rigged. They have like some idle animations and stuff. I don't know how to go and check that out. So that's why I recommend, like, you know, when we look at Pocket Studios, he understands this a lot more than I do. So if you check out his video, you can kind of see everything in a more fluid environment. I'm just here for like, you know what, here's the information. I'm going to give you guys the news. I'm going to inform you guys with the speculation and stuff, kind of pad it out with all that information, because that's kind of what I do. You know, I go for the history. I go for the context. I provide that information to everything, but the source of it could be a bit more informed in their specialty as well. Also, just kind of checking out the rooms. One thing that's interesting is that we have a bathroom and a laundry room. Nothing really to note right there, but the garage. The garage interests me because there's surfboards there, and we're already talking about like the surfing area in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and I believe the garage is open in the trailer for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I don't know if we get to see anything inside the trailer, so I might have to go and check that out again. But I don't know, like, why is this fully modeled, and then why do we see it open? Does that mean that, like, we're onto something? Is this going to directly relate it to Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon? The weird thing is that it is open, but there's a car inside of it, which does make sense for garage. Also, we do have a surfboard outside. I thought it was going to be like, oh, we can actually see the surfboards. We can see the models inside, and then that would be an absolute mind blow right there. But overall, yeah, it's just like laundry room, bathroom, unused garage space. So those were just inside Pokemon Sun and Moon. Things get scrapped in games all the time, as we've seen with the Pokemon X and Y, Pokemon Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. People were losing their minds. We had so many things that didn't get used. Like, oh man, Zygarde's going to get all this crazy stuff. Z version confirmed because we have 1,000 waves, 1,000 arrows. I'm pretty sure the actual in-game animations, like the move existed, had damage values, had animations, actually functioned as a move inside of Pokemon X and Y and Omega Green Alpha Sapphire, or was it just Omega Green Alpha Sapphire? Either way, it was fully functional, but we didn't see it until Pokemon Sun and Moon. Also, I think there was a couple of other things like AZ's Floette that actually had like a model and a sprite and data values and everything, but didn't get implemented. So yeah, those are things that just happen inside of games all the time. I believe it was also the same for Black and White, that sometimes there's just unused game files, and it goes both ways. You know, sometimes it can hint at future updates or future events or something that might be coming to the game, or it could just go nowhere. And with some of these things, it looks like it just might go nowhere, like a lot of the speculation about Z version, or it could be put in a future game, like a future generation is what happened with Zygarde. So a lot of things that we found inside Pokemon, it could still have some kind of relevance. It looks like it's absolutely busted for Pokemon following you in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but we still have walking animations. We still have low poly overworld models for what seems like Pokemon following you inside of Pokemon Sun and Moon right now. So again, your game has all this stuff. So that side of things is just pretty crazy, but now we have something else to look at, because there's one thing that's very, very peculiar about the gyms, and that's from one of the trailers where we still don't know what to think about this. We have no idea what's going on right here. Ryuki, the name's Ryuki. I'm what you might call a star, and then, wait a second. We're in what looks like Lieutenant Surge's gym. And then when we actually look at the gym model, oh my goodness, it has the same layout. Even right there, like, what is going on? That's all I want to know, because that's not Lieutenant Surge, that's just a random black belt. But even this like dome part right here, I don't know if I have it in, so I'll just go back to this. This dome part right here that has the gym symbol is also there. Also the all the files, all the references to the files have like gym in them as well. So it's definitely something to do with a gym. But what does it all mean? Now, this is where we go into the speculation. This is where I'm going to give my thoughts as to what's happening. Maybe this is just like some kind of generic gym layout that can be used as a template. Because as we can see, the inside, it doesn't look anything too special. It just looks like something where people fight and like you just walk in and then gym. So maybe it's just about the assets. You know, they have the assets for where the actual battlefield is going to be, as well as the intro, or the entrance, and then the walls and then all that fun stuff. Because obviously that looks a lot different from here. Maybe they were thinking about the gym feature but decided to scrap it for trials, or maybe they knew that they weren't going to put gyms in Pokemon Sun and Moon, but had a little bit of extra development time to start working on Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Or maybe it was just a test or a template that, okay, they said, cool, we have all the assets for this, now we can design a gym however we want to. We can put in new features, we can just kind of change the layout as we need to, and everything is there roughly. Change up a couple of colors, and then that can change the overall gym that you're inside of. Because yeah, it's the same tiling, it's the same patterns on the floor, it's the same patterns on the wall, the baseboards, all that fun stuff. So now we just need to figure out the mystery of what this guy is doing here. Now, I would say that this guy is a stand-in for maybe Lieutenant Surge, just to not give too many things away. Game footage not final, you know, this is just a trailer where they could be messing around with us. And one thing that's really interesting is that Ryuki, he's actually a guitarist, so he's actually a placeholder for the guitarist that you find inside of Lieutenant Surge's gym. So it's like more and more keeps adding up to gyms. This is a direct relation to the gym, but is it going to be like gyms? Like, are we set in this for Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon? This actually might be a bit more evidence that we could go back to Kanto. I know I've disproven that theory in the past, because I'm like, oh, this could just be a gym-looking thing that's kind of tied in with Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but with finding an actual gym and references to gym inside the Datamine, I don't know what any other reason why this could be here. You know, if that black belt gets replaced with Lieutenant Surge, maybe that'd be giving away too much information at the time of releasing this trailer. But once he comes back, yeah, that could be some big. Or maybe there's actually like a mock Kanto something. Now that's like on the craziest end of the speculation, but another thing that could happen is, remember Pokemon World Tournament? Now, maybe that instead of just like walking up and challenging all the gym leaders and challenging past champions and stuff, there's actually like, kind of like the battle tower, you know? Kind of like the battle tower, how there's different layers, different rooms, different levels, that a lot of the gyms, maybe from one region, maybe from multiple regions, are actually directly rebuilt, and you can re-experience that entire gym experience instead of just battling the original gym leader. Or maybe another thing that I was looking at, like, it's so weird. This creates a lot of problems, But this also creates a lot of problems. Like, if it was just this, I would think maybe we just walk into a gym room. You know, it's a gym, and then this is where you can kind of replicate the Pokemon World Tournament. That you walk up, you can select like one of the gym leaders to battle, and then they challenge you. Maybe there's extra requirements, or maybe you have to unlock them through normal gameplay or something, and then you get the option to kind of re-challenge all the gym leaders and stuff. That could be pretty cool, but because we've already seen a layout for an existing gym, I feel like it's more of a template. It's more of just a test. It's more of a design to be like, alright, cool, we can implement this Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon later. So what do you guys think? Like, I know a lot of people are going to be like, yep, this is it, Kanto confirmed, you cannot change my mind until Pokemon Sun and Ultra Moon comes out. Other people, what do you guys think? Is it going to be just a select few gyms, like maybe one gym from each region, all of Kanto, maybe even more than that? Like, what is going on here? This is just ridiculous. Or do you think that this is actually a template, like my idea? Do you think I'm closer to being correct with my speculation? I have no idea. There's just so many assets. I think it's interesting that there was also Zygarde and a few other things inside. What does the Zygarde overworld stuff mean? Do you think Zygarde might get an actual overworld sprite in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon? Or do you think it was just something that was unused and will remain unused? Then after that, just a little bit of closing information, because I want to make sure I get everything right. I want to understand this fully. The gym has been around for about a month. I think it's been really hard to find any info on, though. And the player house and models in Zygarde Overworld were found literally yesterday. My friend did his own dump of the game, and we went through the files together. So yeah, that's kind of the crazy thing. His friend Hallow, that was recent. That, like, a lot of the stuff is very, very recent. So that's why I think it's just crazy that the game's been out for so long, but doing your own dump of the game, looking through the files very specifically and trying to find things that people haven't found, it's still very possible in a game as large as Pokemon Sun and Moon. Also, he says, I don't think there should be anything else. We've gone through all the maps and map objects and we couldn't find anything, but I think that's more than enough. You know, it's like, okay, we're gonna see what happens with gyms in Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. It could be an alternate story. It could replace trials, because remember, when we go to the top of the mountain, instead of Kioway being there, a hiker was shown in a trailer. It might have been a gag trailer. It might just completely say that there's not gonna be trials. The game looks completely different. It's hard to predict anything about Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, so it looks like you could break convention, which means anything goes until the game comes out. So guys, enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.